In this video, we're going to wrap up our look at assembly-based welding operations inside of Autodesk Inventor. Here inside Assembly Machining, IAM, we can see that we have finished our preparations on this design. So we got our parts already prepared with chamfers or extrusions that remove material so we can apply welds properly. We then applied the welds properly, such as the fillet welds, groove welds, and cosmetic welds. Our last step is to create machining operations that take place only after the design has been fully welded by our welding department. So we don't want to have these features at the part level beforehand because due to the nature of welding, things might shift around, things might expand or contract with thermal expansion, and we want to make sure that we only apply certain holes or certain reductions on a face to be grinded down after the welding has been completed. So these features that we're going to create only exist at this level of the assembly. They do not exist back down in the part level or IPT level of our design. To activate your machining operations, you can either double-click on the machining node on the left-hand side in your browser, or on the Weld tab, you can choose machining from the process panel. Here I'll choose the machining command. And this environment will look very similar to what we had in the preparation environment. We have 2D sketches, we have extrusions, revolves, holes, fillets, chamfers, and sweeps. And these will only remove material just like what preparations did. So what I would like to do here is add a hole. And this hole is going to be a concentric hole. So I'll choose that option on this face to this concentric reference. This will just be a simple hole that goes through the design. I'm going to increase my diameter here to about 10 millimeters, and the depth will be through all. I'll choose OK, and I now have a machining hole at this level of the design. If I expand my machining node on the left-hand side, here I will see a hole that has been generated. If I expand that down, I will get to see which particular part that participates inside of this assembly. If I had this hole and I only wanted it to go through maybe 1 or 2 parts and not, let's say, 5 or 6 parts because I did a through all, what you could do is right-click on your part and you can say remove that participant. And if you right-click on the feature, you can say add participant if it didn't for some reason go through a part that you wanted it to. So you have the ability to adjust that. And that's very similar to assembly level features in general inside of Autodesk Inventor. Now that we have that hole there, I'm going to add another one, and this hole will go concentric again to that face. So I pick the top flat plane, the circular reference there, and obviously this needs to be smaller than 10 millimeters, so I'll go 5 on this, again through all. Choose OK, and there's my next machining operation. Now on the guard plate, let's say I need to shave off a little bit off the top of this, so I'm going to start a new two-dimensional sketch on the top of this face. Simply project the geometry of that face. Here I'll have to select all the different edges around here. Right click and OK. Finish the 2D sketch with another right click. Start my extrusion of that profile to remove material down. I would like to remove this down a certain distance. Well, how much distance? Well, first of all, I need a reminder of how long this is. So let me do a measure of that edge. I can see it's 16 millimeters. I want to take this down so it's only 15 from that top face, so realistically, I only need to remove 1 millimeter. And I'll choose OK, and that's cut away a little bit of that top plate. To finish our machining environment, you can simply right-click at any time and choose Finish Edit, or choose the Return button at the top of the screen, and then you're back into the top-level assembly mode. If you were to right-click and open any one of these files, such as this one here, the sleeve component, right-click and choose Open, you will notice it does not have the hole inside of it because, again, that only exists at the assembly level.